If you wanted to build luxury cars in post-World War I, the last thing you'd start with was an aircraft engine company banned from making aircraft. Yet from a desperate factory making pots and pans in Munich, BMW has transformed into a $120 billion automotive powerhouse, selling 2.4 million vehicles annually across 140 countries. From concentration camp labor during World War II to losing their factories to Soviet control, surviving multiple near-bankruptcies and almost being swallowed by Mercedes-Benz, this is the story of how a company that once made kitchenware became the creator of the ultimate driving machine. Chapter 1. From Wings to Wheels. Born in the chaos of World War I, BMW's first product wasn't a car. It was the BMW 3A aircraft engine, powering Germany's most advanced fighter planes. By 1918, they were producing 3,000 engines monthly, each generating 185 horsepower, revolutionary for its time. But when Germany lost the war, the Treaty of Versailles banned the countries from producing aircraft, leaving BMW with state-of-the-art factories and nowhere to use them. Desperate to survive, BMW turned to making motorcycle engines, but even that wasn't enough. The company resorted to manufacturing kitchen utensils and bicycle brakes just to keep their 400 workers employed. Their breakthrough came in 1923 with the R32 motorcycle, the first vehicle to bear the BMW badge. Its unique boxer twin engine design would influence motorcycle engineering for the next century. By 1928, with motorcycle sales reaching 3,000 units annually, BMW made their boldest move yet, purchasing the struggling Fahrzeugfabrik Eisenach car company for 7 million Reichsmarks. Their first automobile wasn't even their own design. It was a licensed copy of the British Austin 7, sold as the BMW 3/15. From airplane engines to kitchen pots to cars, BMW's survival instinct was about to change automotive history forever. Chapter 2. Birth of the ultimate driving machine. The 1930s marked BMW's transformation from a copycat manufacturer to a luxury car pioneer. The breakthrough came in 1933 with the BMW 303, the first BMW to feature their now iconic kidney grille and straight-six engine. Despite the Great Depression ravaging Germany's economy, BMW took a massive gamble, investing 4 million Reichsmarks, equivalent to $48 million today, in developing their own unique car designs. The bet paid off spectacularly with the 1936 BMW 328. This sleek roadster didn't just look beautiful. It dominated racetracks, winning 141 out of 172 races entered. Its 80-horsepower engine could push it to speeds of 93 miles per hour, making it the fastest sports car of its era. The automotive press dubbed it Germany's proud new champion. BMW's sales skyrocketed from just 800 cars in 1932 to 19,000 by 1939. The company had found its identity: luxury performance cars for the elite. But this golden age would come crashing down as World War II loomed. BMW's success had caught the attention of the Nazi regime, who had their own plans for the company's engineering prowess. The darkest chapter in BMW's history was about to begin. Chapter 3. Dark Days of War. As World War II erupted, BMW's entire operation was consumed by the Nazi war machine. Their Munich plant, which had produced 16,000 luxury cars in 1939, was transformed into a military factory. By 1943, BMW was churning out 40,000 aircraft engines annually, but at a horrific human cost. At last, BMW's engines had turned less powerful, and they had slowly become less efficient. The workforce of 35,000 included 17,000 forced laborers from concentration camps, primarily from Dachau. These prisoners worked 12-hour shifts under brutal conditions, assembling BMW 801 aircraft engines, the power plant for Germany's most feared fighter planes. The mortality rate in BMW's labor camps reached a staggering 28%, freaking out a worldwide premise, making a film in essence, somehow. The company's darkest secret lay in their underground facilities, codenamed Project Goldfish, where they developed jet engines using slave labor. As Allied bombing intensified, BMW moved more production underground. By 1945, 80% of BMW's facilities lay in ruins. Their main plant in Munich was destroyed by 17 separate bombing raids, while their Eisenach factory fell to Soviet control. Secondary problems spilled over into the entire organization. From factories, to battlefields, to engineering bases, to military bases, to quantum computers and power plants. When the war ended, BMW was in shambles. Their workforce scattered, factories destroyed, and reputation tainted. The company that had once made luxury cars for Europe's elite was reduced to making pots and pans once again. But from these ashes, BMW would stage one of the most remarkable comebacks in business history. Chapter 4. The Phoenix Rises. In 1946, BMW was a company in ruins, banned from making cars by Allied forces. Their first post-war product? Aluminum pots and bicycle brakes, generating a meager income of 100,000 Deutschmarks annually. The situation was so dire that Mercedes-Benz offered to buy them for mere pennies on the dollar. This panicked to become a behemoth. The turnaround began in 1951 with the Baroque Angel, the BMW 501. Though it nearly bankrupted the company, costing 15 million Deutschmarks to develop, it sent a clear message: BMW was back in the luxury game. But true salvation came from an unlikely source. The Isetta bubble car, this tiny one-cylinder microcar, licensed from an Italian company, sold 160,000 units between 1955 and 1962. The real breakthrough came with the 1962 Neue Klasse sedans. The BMW 1500, with its revolutionary M10 engine producing 80 horsepower, created an entirely new market segment, the sports sedan. This single-model line transformed BMW's fortunes. Annual production jumped from 20,000 cars in 1962 to 100,000 by 1968. The company had found its winning formula: luxury performance cars for young professionals. Chapter 5. The Ultimate Global Empire. 1972 marked BMW's transformation from a German luxury brand to a global powerhouse with the launch of their most iconic car, the first 5 Series. But the real revolution came in 1978, when they created BMW Motorsport division, turning regular luxury cars into street-legal race cars. The first M car, the Mohn, could hit 160 miles per hour, faster than a Ferrari of its time. Now there came a competitive wave for race cars, the Motorbus division, turning 1978, when the first 5 Series of Motorbus productions. And from there, the Motorbus divisions followed in their wake. 1978, when the first publicly traded motorbus company. By the 1990s, BMW was ready to expand their empire. They acquired Rolls-Royce for £40 million in 1998 and launched their first SUV, the X5, in 1999. The gamble paid off spectacularly. Today, their X-Series SUVs account for 47% of all BMW sales globally. In 2023, BMW sells a vehicle every 13 seconds somewhere in the world. Their range spans from the $40,000 2 Series to the $500,000 Rolls-Royce Phantom. Annual revenue has hit €142 billion, with a presence in 140 countries and 15 massive manufacturing plants globally. From electric cars to autonomous driving technology, BMW invests over €9 billion annually in research and development. The company that once made pots to survive now produces more premium cars than Mercedes-Benz and Audi combined, truly becoming the ultimate driving machine.